Good morning once again. And one of the things I hope we evaluate in 2009 is our ability to be effective salespeople. Today I'd like to lead you through a conversation about what that process is all about. It occurs to me that sales at the retail level or at any level is truly a process. Just like in my case I'm a pilot, so every time I fly the plane I go through the same process, a pre-flight, a run-up, prepare for takeoff, etc., etc. The skill and the talent comes in how well I execute each step in that process. But you don't have to be as exotic as flying a plane. Driving a car is a process after all. You get in the car, you turn on the engine, you shift into gear, you back out, you open the garage door, hopefully you open the garage door before you back out, etc., etc. Most of us drive on autopilot. I know I do. It's so ingrained, we're so familiar with it. And wouldn't it be great if the sales process for us went on autopilot as well? So hopefully at the end of this presentation you'll be a little closer to being on autopilot. Before I talk about process, the sales process, let's talk about attitude. What's the right mental attitude for the effective salesperson? And I have a simple mnemonic for that, ALCOVE. A-L-C-O-V. A stands for attitude. You need to be friendly, you need to be courteous, you need to be patient. And think of it as an example, a paradigm example, going into a retail store to buy something. In fact, today's presentation will consist of this presentation to you of about 2 to 3 minutes, then a role play where I act as a retail salesperson, and one of you I've arranged with already, Cindy, will be the customer, also known as the mark. And then we'll end up with 2 to 3 minutes of discussion about what we just saw. Attitude: friendly, courteous, patient. You've been in retail stores before where the sales clerk couldn't care less about you being there, was rude, and was impatient. Well, obviously, it's almost impossible for any sale to happen in that event. L, listen. The effective salesperson has to be a good listener. Listen to the cues that the prospective customer is giving you, because it's all about the customer. C, credible. You've got to be credible. In order to convert, some sales are going to occur despite your best efforts. They're going to happen anyway. They'll happen in spite of you, no matter how bad you are. But we're talking about the margin there, converting the prospect who's not quite sure they want to buy, and you can help them toward the sales process. So being credible is important in that regard. If they respect you as knowledgeable about what you're selling, knowledgeable about your service, follow through, they trust you that you're going to do a good job, that helps. Always for other. You've got to be other directed. So other in this case is the buyer, not you the seller, but the buyer. You have to be focused on the buyer. It does no good to walk into my store and I tell you that if you just buy this item from me, I'll get the free trip to Hawaii. That's me directed. I want to be other directed on you. What is motivating you to come into my store today or come inquire about my product or service? And V is for value. The most effective salesperson helps his customers discover their needs and then fulfill those needs in a most efficient way possible. That's the value proposition. So if I can discover what you want and help you get what you want, hopefully there's some commerce in it for me. And maybe not this time. Maybe the best thing for you is to go down the street to somebody else today for what you need. Then I become a resource to you, and then you'll come back when you do have a need for what I'm offering. Okay, that's the mental attitude. So when you're about to encounter a sales environment, think of ALCOVE. Now for the process. Another mnemonic. BINSOA. I'm sure that means something in some language. I wish it meant something in English. BINSOA. Barriers, needs, solutions, objections, and asking. Barriers. Start the encounter with some light conversation to lower defense barriers. It's a little bit uncomfortable for people to walk into any sales situation. If you've ever gone to Art Van and you see the salespeople just sort of circling, waiting for the next piece of fresh meat to come in. You understand that uncomfortable feeling. Well, it's there in every encounter. So lower defense barriers by doing some light conversation. Needs. Start to focus on the prospect's needs. What are you here for? What brought you here today? How can I help you? What do you want to change in your life that perhaps I can help you with? Solutions. Once we've got a handle on what the prospective buyer needs, let's talk about solutions. What can we offer to help solve your problem? And let me just take a minute to talk about features and benefits when it comes to a solution. Every solution has features and benefits. A feature is some aspect of the solution that makes it different from anything else that other people are offering. In the guidebook, they talk about a toaster. So imagine you're in a appliance store buying a toaster. One feature of this toaster is it's got wider slots than normal. That's a feature. But customers don't buy features. They buy benefits. So why would the wider slot be of a benefit to the customer? Well, you've discovered in your needs analysis that this customer likes bagels for breakfast. This is a wonderful toaster for you, Mr. Customer, because of this feature, and it translates to a benefit for you in terms of being able to toast bagels. So think of your own personal service offering in terms of the features. Why are you different from the other guy? And how that feature translates into a benefit for the customer. Objection. You've gone through the solutions. You sense that you are in the ballpark. Now it's time to ferret out objections. Is there anything else you need to know? What's your response? What do you think about this proposal I've made? Those sorts of questions. And then do your best to address the objections as they come up. And then last, hey, ask. Don't forget to ask for the sale. Again, just like in flying or driving a car, this is the process. Think about yourself in this process at every stage. You can come up in your own mind with questions, objections, things to handle, how to move it through the process, and be conscious as you're in the encounter of moving one step to the next, to the next, to the next. So now to demonstrate this, we'll do a little role play. I'll call Cindy Meinke up. Cindy is a successful and busy executive business owner, and she's in town for an all-day seminar on sales marketing, sales and marketing for your small business. It's lunchtime, and she is on her lunch break. And to kill a few minutes before the afternoon session begins, she has wandered into my bookstore. So off we go. So welcome to my bookstore.
Well, thank you very much.
You don't look familiar. Have you been here before?
No, I'm not. I'm in town for a seminar and had some time to kill and
wonderful.
See what you had.
A business seminar of sorts?
Yeah, sales.
I notice you're in the business section of the bookstore here, so I'm assuming you're a business person. What kind of business do you have?
Information technology.
Okay.
And like everybody else, I have the need of finding more customers.
Well, that's great.
Canvassing, prospecting, keeping the pipeline full.
Okay.
So,
how's that working for you?
Well, we've tried different things. We've tried marketing events. We've tried, the whole cold call route, and that's very difficult route.
It is.
And just looking for other ways to get our name out there.
Okay. And what would you change about that process if you could?
Well, I'd like to find one that's a lot more effective than cold calling.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. I've got a solution for you. I don't know if you're familiar with this book, Good Clients Now, by C.J. Hayden.
I've never heard of it.
My name's Rich, by the way.
Oh, Rich. I'm Cindy.
Cindy, I've read a lot of marketing books because I'm trying to build a bookstore business here. And I must tell you, this I have found, in all honesty, is one of the best books that I've encountered. And it's amazing. It's not high tech. It's fairly simple. But what I like about this book are a couple of things. First of all, it gives a broad overview of the sales and marketing process. I, like you, would do networking, and then I would do some public speaking, and then I would write some articles, and then I would do cold calling, and then everyone's really consistent about it. I would do it when I had the time, and I would do it sporadically. This book has a process, a step-by-step process, where you can design your own marketing program and sort of integrate all those things.